Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Syndication Process course. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to have you in the class. Now, I want to go over what we're going to cover in the next few lessons, but I want to go over really a high-level overview of what this course is about, why you should care, and what you're going to get out of it. So first of all, why should you care about real estate syndication? Well, real estate syndication is really the way that real estate investors make money without starting with a ton of capital. So you can start with a small amount of money and capital and upfront investment and make huge outsized returns on your investment. And we're going to talk about how you're going to do that and how you're going to structure that later on in the course. So in real estate syndication, it's not uncommon for syndicators to find a deal with returns of 15 to 20% per year at the project level, but to the general partner, to the sponsor, to the syndicator, and we'll talk about those different roles. It's not uncommon for that syndicator to get a 60, 70, 80% annualized return on their money for exceeding investor expectations. And we're going to talk about how that happens later on in the course as well. So what is real estate syndication? Well, real estate syndication is simply the process of raising capital, raising equity in order to buy commercial real estate. So if you've ever heard of someone raising money to buy an apartment building, raising money to buy an office building, pooling capital from investors to buy a piece of property, that is real estate syndication. So the next question is, how do people actually do this? Well, this is really what we're going to dive into in this class. What are the nuts and bolts of the real estate syndication process? If this is something that you wanted to do, how would you actually go about doing this? So there are a lot of what ifs in these scenarios, right? What if I don't have any money? What if I don't have connections? What if I haven't invested in real estate on my own in the past? What happens in that case? We're going to talk about that in this class as well. So what I want you guys to do is follow along as we go throughout this course. Follow along, follow the steps. And I always say that it's best to apply this to a real life scenario. So if you've ever bought a commercial property, if you've ever bought a property in general, think about those steps and apply those steps to the property acquisition. If you haven't ever bought a property before, totally fine, but think about this process and apply this process into a real life scenario. So without further ado, let's get started and talk about the nuts and bolts of what we're going to cover.